Thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info, a lot of insights, understandings of how to get strong, how to stay strong, how to use your strength.
You do a great job, dude. You make things better than they are in real life, I think.
If you don't follow Massenomics, y'all do it. Social media, website, everything.
Massenomics.
Welcome to Massenomics, the world's strongest podcast. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Massenomics. Make sure you go visit Massenomics.com. There you'll find the rest of our powerful content. While you're there, check out our store and buy yourself some of that sweet Massenomics gear.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 158 of the Massenomics podcast, the world's strongest podcast, the lifting podcast about nothing. You're here again with your two favorite Massenomics hosts, Tommy and Tanner. Tommy, how's it going?
Oh, it's going so good.
We're recording a little bit later this week
This is
than
a very, very unusual recording session for us.
we're cutting a little bit closer.
And for anyone that watches, first of all, you'll notice it is daytime around us.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time we did one of these in the day.
It's been
Like there might have been light, but it was definitely like after probably 6 o'clock.
I'm sure that it's been a hot minute.
I cannot think of the last time we actually did one during the day. So if we're coming at you with a different vibe than normal, that's why.
It's those daytime vibes.
It's those daytime
weekend
vibes.
Daytime
and
vibes.
I know you guys will pick up on that.
Yeah, I'm sure they're pretty smart.
Yeah.
So why are we doing it late?
Well, because it's April, so you have to assume in April snowstorms are going to just wreck you, and we got wrecked this week.
Yeah.
I was out of town. I was in Sioux City for a matter, and got stuck there. Actually, I did make it far enough north to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, but then I was stranded there for 2 days because the interstate and all roads were closed in the state, so there was nowhere to go. And you were here. It looked like trying to survive whatever the hell was happening up here.
It was pretty intense.
Like, what was the official report? Like 20-some inches of snow or something, depending on what area you were in the region.
Yeah, in April.
Mid-April. That's just how things go now.
I posted something to a couple things to the Massenomics Instagram story, and several people were like, "Oh my God, what is happening?"
And like, I hate to
it's 85 degrees here.
Yeah, I hate to keep talking about the weather on every single episode, but that's just like what's been our like. It just really sucks to just come home in April and be like, I gotta shovel snow. And it's just, you can tell everyone just has like the I do not care
like
attitude because everyone's putting in the bare minimum effort to remove snow. At this
the
point.
first couple times it snows, you're like, oh, this ain't so bad.
Yeah, and everyone's like making things nice, and now it's just like, nope, not touching it.
Nobody cares.
Yeah. So, but because we are so dedicated to the craft, here we are.
We're still getting it in.
We are still getting it in.
It do be like that sometimes, though.
It does be like that, Tanner.
It do be like that. I don't know if I made this official, but I am officially coming out of retirement now. I'm registered for a competition.
You are. Actually, it's in paper and pen.
Just more of over tech. I haven't actually filled out the form yet, but
you have
talked to the guy.
intentions to fill it out, though.
Well, I talked to the guy and said, "Mark me in."
I mean, that's any means.
So actually, when I said I haven't officially, but
you gave an official verbal commitment.
Semi-official, yeah.
Yeah.
It's my intention.
Which is really about as official as thing get now.
It's mid-officialness.
Yeah.
So I am going to do something.
What are we talking? Powerlifting or strongman?
It's South Dakota's Strongest Man. 2019 is being held April 27th. So 2 weekends from when we're recording right now. It'd be 2 weeks from today.
I heard outside of Europe, Strongest Man, this is one of the premier strongman events.
South Dakota is definitely one of the premier strongman
for not being
events.
a world's strongest man.
Yeah, it's like just one tier down from that stuff. Yeah,
that's what I heard. I've never made it, but
the competition is Thor and Shaw. Those guys aren't there, but like the next.
But you might expect all weight classes to maybe have a few competitors in each one.
Yes, I think so. It is as far as local strongman go, I think it's a pretty well attended.
Yes, I think so.
But yeah, it's not a national competition. Or anything. As far as state competitions go, I think it's probably pretty good.
Yeah, I would assume.
I did it the last time I did it was in 2017. Didn't do it last year.
Is this the one in Sioux Falls?
Yes. Yeah, I think it's actually in South Dakota this year. But
if you want to get technical, I guess.
Yeah. To our listeners, it probably makes a big difference for those that are planning on coming to watch.
Yeah.
But it is the first time I've done something other than I was in the Massenomics Strongman Showdown this year, but that was one event that was just throwing.
I mean,
so,
to be fair, it was a very high impact event, though, right?
I may not actually count that as doing something.
Did you say you're going to send a bio in for them to read for you when you come out?
No, they might not be doing the bios like we do every year.
That's too bad.
I know.
You could have if you came out of retirement for this
Yeah,
one. That's
yeah.
always a big thing to have on your bio. I hear.
We did put that on someone's for the Massenomics Strongman Showdown this year. I'm excited about it. It'll be fun to be competing again. It's given my training a little bit of a boost having something to actually
absolutely.
go for rather than
that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Rather than just it's like, oh, I'm going to have fun, but kind of try to get better.
Right, especially as it gets closer to crunch time. I'm like, oh man, I don't care if I don't feel perfect today. I kind of have to
gotta get it
do
done.
something, or else I'm gonna be weak. And I'm not gonna go at it. I'm not gonna be like when I did it in 2017. I felt really good and I was really strong, and I did really well that year. And I know going into it, I won't do as I'm not as strong as I was going into that one, but I think I'll still fare okay. And I'm just really looking forward to
your technique could be so much better that your strength doesn't even matter anymore,
that's true.
Tanner.
Unfortunately, that's not the case. but it'll go good. I'm excited for it. It'll just be fun to compete.
Yeah. Yep. It always is.
Yeah.
Especially when it's with not traveling 8 hours,
Yes.
and then you're kind of with people too. Always makes it good.
Yeah. There's be some other people from Massenomics Gym that are competing in it, so it should be fun.
Yeah.
Also the last time I did at the events, I liked a lot what suited me much more. So is not only was I stronger for it, but the events are
the natural
these
fit
are
for you. Yeah.
these are if I pick the events, one was a deadlift from the floor with a barbell max deadlift. I'm like, yeah, that's a good one.
Yep.
And one was Viking press, which if there's going to be a strongman pressing event, that's the one that I would choose because it's the least technical, and you're not allowed to do a jerk in Viking press. Yep. And I can't.
Yeah.
So
it really levels the playing
field.
field.
Yeah, right. It's that thing I can't even do. You guys don't
can't
get to do it
either.
either. And then there was also a frame carry, which is a good event for me. But this year it's not as good. The deadlift is not a deadlift from the floor. It's like an axle from wagon wheels, which that is not as good of a deadlift for me. Yeah. And then the press is a log instead, which is also probably might be my least favorite out of the pressing variations. And then instead of a frame, there's a heavy sandbag that you carry in front of you, and anything where you have to carry heavy things on your chest like that, I really hate.
Oh yeah, those always suck.
I've done a Husafel stone carry in competition and a Conan's wheel, and those are my worst events. That is the hardest thing for me to do.
Yeah, well, it'll wake you up to the competition scene.
That's true. Should be fun.
Yeah.
So that'll be in 2 weeks. Looking forward to it. I'm kind of basically just about done training for it. I'll have one more week of doing a little bit of that stuff, and other than that, I'll just be trying to not be hurting as I go into it.
And you should say this is all with the assumption that it doesn't get snowed out, because by then it will be almost May, and you still never know at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I did hear someone mention something about us maybe getting another storm, but I hope that's not true.
God, I hope not. Yeah. Speaking of strongman, there was a bit of a premier strongman event. Last weekend?
I thought we already covered South Dakota Strongest.
Well, the next one, across the sea, we'll say.
Yeah.
Not in North America.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's Europe's Strongest Man, which was kicked off with the log lift World Championships. As we talked about it a few episodes back, how the log lift is everyone that's in Europe's Strongest Man does the log lift. It's the first event of the competition, but it's also they bring in people not competing in Europe's so Americans can go compete in that would be the big one kind of, or just anyone that's maybe a log press specialist can go compete in it. Brian Shaw was supposed to do it this year. He didn't because of tearing his hamstring at the Arnold.
Oh, yes. Okay, I was wondering what to do. I totally forgot that was the thing.
Robert Oberst, he pulled out of it, I believe. Not sure what his reasoning was. Eddie Hall didn't do it this year. But interesting, there was, before we even get into the results, there was some talk of Eddie Hall coming back for it next year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
like that he would want to come back and take
That'd
a
be
shot at
cool.
like the world record or
Yeah.
the I think the British record got broken this year or something like if
Is that
that
what it
might
was?
have been. So he would maybe want to come back to try to
Have his name on
yeah,
that,
yeah. And I saw something where they asked him about that, and he didn't just if he didn't give the response I would think someone would give if there's no chance in hell that
Yeah,
they're going to do
he
it.
left
It was
it open-ended.
Yeah, right. Which would be curious to see him do that. But so Larry Wheels competed in the log lift, which that was one of the big ones.
Yep.
And did you
That's
see
something
what
we talked about a little bit too. Even
Did you
leading
see
up
what
to it.
Larry did?
I did. Was it 440?
Yes, 202.5 kilograms, which is almost 450. It should be.
Let's get the old calculator box.
Should
going
be like
here.
446 or something like that. I think.
Calculator. You said no, not calendar.
202.5.
202.5 times 445.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, 446.
Which that's pretty huge. Like,
Yeah.
almost 450 pounds.
You would assume he's the lightest guy to ever do that, right?
Yeah, he's got to be up there.
Like how many people under 300 pounds ever do that?
Not very often, I wouldn't think.
I mean, how many people do that in general?
Did you see his lift
Yeah,
of him doing it?
yeah.
It did look like he didn't maybe necessarily hold it at
It wasn't a
lockout for very
long lockout,
It
but
kind of looks like he got it. I don't.
yeah, I mean that's more on the judges than anything.
Right. And I think Thor didn't get that weight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. He also did the whole competition.
He did,
too, though.
and spoiler alert, Thor did win his Europe's Strongest Man again, which of course he did. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, as long as he didn't die, he's probably gonna win.
barring any
Yeah.
death.
But Iron Bibby won the log. He did 485.
45. So is that the new world record then?
No, Z still has it. His is just over 500.
Oh, it is. God.
yeah. And I think maybe Iron Bibby went for one more and didn't get it, but he's getting close. He's within less than 20 pounds now. It's like
the crazy
10
thing
more
though was
kilos.
like when Z did his, that was in a full strongman competition,
yeah,
right?
and I think it was in 2015. So it's been a while. It's funny how that for as big as log pressing is, and like how those static big events have been popular
Yep.
the last few years, and no one's still been able to break that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really impressive.
Yeah, and then
So, do you know what the results then? Iron Bibby won it.
I don't remember exactly what the breakdown was. I think Mateus did well.
Mm-hmm.
The American record was broken. Robert Oberst had the American record.
Yep.
And it was broken by his Instagram handle is World's Strongest Gay.
Yep. Which he had just broke something in the Arnold Australia too, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. And
I can't even remember what that
he does.
is now.
He does a full jerk.
Yeah.
He's like
Which I
one
was
of the
kind of surprised to see. I didn't actually know. I just assumed that was like a rule you couldn't do.
No, they can, but it seems to be most of those guys when they're that big and that heavy,
just
they just
not
push press.
advantageous
Yeah,
to- yeah.
like or they can't. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he does a full jerk and he got it, so he broke Oberst's record.
Yeah, I forgot already that I did see it. That is probably, as far as I can remember, the first time I've seen a bigger guy like that do a
Yeah.
jerk for the log lift.
Yeah. I know his Rob Kearney. That's who it
Okay.
is. Yeah. Yeah. World's Strongest Gay on Instagram though.
Yep.
And
Because he is gay, in case you're wondering.
do you know his partner's handle on? So Rob's is World's Strongest Gay. His partner is World's Gayest Strongman. I think
Nice.
that's what it is. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Do it up, man. Embrace that.
Yeah. I would have liked to seen if Oberst and Shaw were both in there, if they could have made a run at breaking that American record too.
Yeah, that'd have been really cool.
And then Graham Hicks is the name of the guy that broke the British log record. But if you want to see more about that, you probably visit like Starting Strongman or something. They have a more detailed approach to it.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure there's stuff on YouTube
Yeah.
or people that go more in depth on that.
Probably the highlight for just your casual, not even strongman fan, but just your casual lifting fan is that Larry Wheels pressed.
I mean, for most people, that probably is the big
that's it.
takeaway for most
Right.
people. And then the next thing would just be Thor winning.
Yeah, Thor won Europe's. Let me see.
Mateus was
got
second.
second,
Yep.
and Janashia got third.
Yeah.
And did you see any more pictures? I mean, everyone knows this, but Janashia's traps, like
Make no sense at all.
that thing in the middle of his traps,
Is the weirdest thing.
and all his posts are usually
Is
him
him
saying
defending
he does
himself.
not. He's
It's just all of
and I
him.
believe him because like
It wouldn't make any sense
No,
to want to put
that's-
fake stuff in.
That's even what he said. He's like, I wouldn't do that. Strong men
but
don't
also,
do that.
Why? There's
doesn't
got to
look-
be some deformity with his body.
His anatomy is not.
He has to have something different because you can't. That doesn't make, because even he showed a picture of like, well, look at this guy's traps. I want to be like, yeah, they don't look anything like yours.
Well, he has a third hump in the middle.
Yeah, it's really, and it's so round too.
Yeah.
It's not even like a mass of muscle. It's like a very, very
Like a tennis ball is stuck
yeah.
in there.
Well, I mean, size of him, I'm sure it's like if you
Yeah.
put a softball under his
Yeah,
skin.
right.
He has one right in the back middle of his neck, which that's a really weird spot for muscle to come up like that.
Yep.
I mean, a thing of this size, and then on top of each trap, there's just a softball sitting on there, and then even farther down his back too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's bizarre, especially when you consider like, man, how are those that defined and the rest of his back isn't like that at all?
It's not.
Like with bodybuilders, they get some weird physique things, but they're so lean and cut that,
Right, that
everything's
everything
showing
sticks
through.
out, yeah.
And here, like, no part. He's obviously one of the strongest guys in the world and massive, but the definition is nowhere else like it is on the tops of these traps.
Yeah, I do think it's probably just some abnormality in his.
Yeah, like I
his
can't imagine he's
body.
injecting stuff under there. It just
No,
seems and I think the one he always brings up is with yoke. Like that would destroy whatever
Yeah,
he's doing
right,
there,
right.
which makes total sense. I
I-
can't imagine if you're injecting stuff under there, then you're
would
walking
get
under 1,000-pound
squished
yoke
out.
that it's just going to be fine.
No, I agree. That doesn't make any sense.
But it is one of the more unusual physique things
Yeah.
out there right now.
Yeah, not surprised though that Mateus got second either.
Yeah,
I would say that.
don't. Yeah, that's not a surprise really.
Always a bridesmaid.
That's right.
the bride.
As long as Thor's around,
Yeah.
that's probably going to be a thing for a while.
I would say so. In other strongman news, last episode I think it was, we talked about World's Strongest Man being in Bradenton, Florida.
Yes.
And it isn't a change of format. It is going to be like it is in the past. There's just maybe starting with a pool of 25 instead of 30.
Oh.
And they're just going to go over a shorter time frame. Basically, they'll go straight from their heats. The winners will go to the finals, and the finals will just be all in one day, and it'll be like the days after their heats are over.
Oh,
so they're just
wow.
they're gonna be
So
the
it's gonna-
finals are normally in I think 2 days
Uh-huh.
for World's Strongest Man. Now they'll do all the events in one day.
It's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I had a couple one guy email about it saying that he was looking for tickets to try and go, and he hasn't been able to
Fine. where you
figure
can
out
buy
how
them.
you even can go.
It's a great question.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a question most people have with sporting events nowadays is where do they sell tickets at,
It's funny that's the thing. Like, you can't even figure out how to go if you want
the
to.
promoters are so bad at actually getting spectators
Promoting.
involved. Well, and that's what's crazy is you see Giants live. I mean, it's a massive stadium full of
Yeah.
people. It's that looks really cool to go to.
That does look really, really
And
cool.
it seems like everyone, besides distance, it seems like everyone can see just fine because they are in stadium seating. It just seems like an actual legit show.
Yep.
And then you get World's Strongest Man, and it's in a parking lot somewhere. And
I'll be curious to see what it does look like in America this year, because then you can't use the excuse of it being in.
yeah, we didn't have the infrastructure or the resources
being in a
we
third world country.
Yeah.
Well, it is in Florida though. so-
Right, it's like the third world of the United States, right?
Do you know that thing? You Google Florida man and then type in
Yeah,
your birthday. Have you
yeah,
done-
yeah.
It's pretty funny. It's
Yeah.
funny how it's for everyone. There's something that pops up too.
It's Florida for you. Tanner, you go to Florida. You know how it goes. I'm
so
going to
true.
Florida in a week and a half, so I'll find out how it goes.
You should check and see if they're getting set up for.
I should just swing by the neighborhood.
Sing,
They'd be like, "Oh no, what day is that? Oh yeah, they'll be here the day before." That's probably how it'll go.
actually, we haven't heard anything about that.
Do you know where to get tickets? They're not selling any. It's not open to the public. That's probably what they'll say.
Yeah. Would not be surprised.
Me either. Tanner, last week was the dawn of the first ever supplement real or fake game.
Yeah.
And it's taken the internet by storm.
It
People
has.
are going nuts.
I've noticed that too.
They said they just have never heard anything so funny and entertaining since Over Under. And
That was big shoes to live up to too.
it is. And so, we got a lot of just great reviews out of it. And so I thought, you know what? We'll bring it back again.
People are going to be excited to hear that.
They're going to be excited to hear that. And in case you didn't get it, you're also the contestant again too, Tanner.
Exciting. What about this? As long as we're talking about it, there was a pretty popular one that we did on there.
Yes.
last
Okay.
week.
Okay. Yeah. So first, if you didn't listen to the segment last week over Supplement Real Fast, you should go back and listen to us towards the end of the podcast. I mean, listen to the whole episode. But I was laughing very hard. I had a lot of fun with it. I think Tanner had fun too.
It was
and
it's
the
very
last
cool.
supplement on the list was called Ejaculoid. And you can probably kind of assume what that is. It was real. It's a real supplement.
Spoiler alert.
We had a lot of fun talking about it. And then I guess this week somebody messaged you, Tanner.
We got a testimonial of someone
an
that's
actual
actually
test. Like this
used-
wasn't like they went online and found a testimonial. Like a Massenomics listener out there sent us their actual experience with ejaculoid. So
Yes. And
he did the research, so you guys don't have to.
Yeah, so if you want to know what it is, here we go. This is from William. I'll leave his last name anonymous just in case he wants it anonymous at this point. And he said, you guys put out you'd like an ejaculoid story, and I think I've got a pretty good one. In 2004, 2005, I lied about my age on bodybuilding.com forums and became a tester reviewer for various products. I tried White Flood at one point, but I can't remember if I got sent that one for free or not. Aside from that, as someone else mentioned that they've used White Flood before.
And
Scott
White Flood
said-
was in the lineup.
Yeah. What I do remember is getting Goliath Labs rep to send me ejaculoid when I was 14 or 15 years old. And the only one to appreciate what was coming out of there was my hand. I visually remember the after effect. I never did post a review because I took it twice, and then my mom cleaned my room, and we had a fun conversation about it, which ended with her throwing it out. So if you want a long-term review, I'm not your guy, but if you want a quote in about what it does, I'd like to quote comedian Tom Segura.
Yep.
Okay. In a recent answer to an internet video. It's an impressive piece of equipment, but if you want to see a lot of jizz, ...
Nice.
So that was from William. So
Wow.
14 or 50-year-old tested out ejaculoid.
Yeah, that's probably not the person you want to have that.
Probably not.
That those two just should never go together.
What was the word? Volume.
volume?
Yeah.
The volume.
Yeah.
It's a volume enhancer.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that, William. You paint a vivid picture.
Yes. One other note about last week's episode is I see this right now. We brought out the ammonia that we had received.
Yes. From Obsidian.
Force City Barbell Obsidian ammonia. Everything that we got here, and since then they did put out a promo code out there. If they put this in the comments of our YouTube channel, that if you use promo code Massenomics, you can save 20% on your next purchase.
And what more could you want?
Yeah, 20% off of Obsidian ammonia is just for listening to this podcast.
It's like the podcast that keeps on giving.
That's true. I still haven't personally tested it out, so we'll save that for another time when we've actually used Obsidian ammonia.
Yep, for sure. All right, Tanner.
Yes.
Should we
now
get
I'm
to
ready.
this? Okay. So, if you are a regular follower of the show, you know Tanner's very good on the rules. That's
Stickler for the rules.
Stickler for the rules, even. That's not my forte. So I'm going to try and run through the rules this week. I might mess them up, but I'm going to try to remember what I told you last week so that you don't get confused on how this works.
That's
All right.
good.
So, again, I have established a format and refined it this week.
Okay.
I'm going to name off 4 supplements. Not all at the same time. I'm going to name them off one at a time.
Okay, one at a time.
So you can think, preferably for our listeners' sake, you should be thinking out loud. If you just think in your head,
If I sit here for
probably-
5 minutes,
probably not super entertaining, to just watch you staring at the wall thinking of whether this supplement is real or fake. But I will name off a supplement. I can name the name as many times as you need me to.
what about road of origin?
I can give my best guess. Actually, no, that's probably giving away too much of
Yeah.
this. So I can name the name. That's all I can do.
What
I
about
can
using it in a
smile.
sentence?
I can laugh. I can use it. I will use it in a sentence if you want. Actually, maybe that should be part of it. And at that point, you will have to give me an answer, and that answer is either real or fake. If it's
So
fake,
there does have to be an answer, though.
it does have to be an answer. Yep, and you do have to verbalize it too. And if it's real, I will read a little information about the supplement. And if it's fake, then we'll all just laugh at you for being so stupid. I would also like to say that in my research for this, I have started to get a lot of banner ads online that follow me around that I don't want showing up in my browser. And it's super annoying.
Yeah.
But that's just the hit I'm taking for the team to get
Yeah,
this
that's
thing
just
going.
a worth it side effect.
Yeah, it's just
And I would say everyone gets to play along at home, and that's the beauty of supplements, real or fake.
yeah.
You can
So
play along
if
at
you are
home.
in a group setting, feel free to pause if you guys need to talk over what could be real and fake here.
The key here is to try to beat me. Last week I was 25%, and everyone that wins does get 500 Massenomics points.
Yep, and we've already discussed what those will get you. I think Tanner remembers better how that works, but
Yeah, there's a conversion rate.
there is a conversion rate. We're just not sure of it yet, so we're working on that.
I'm just hoping to do better than my 25%.
That's something to shoot for.
Yeah.
Something to shoot for. Okay, Tanner, are we ready for the second ever supplement game? Supplement, real or fake?
I'm ready.
Okay, first on the list. The first supplement is Bulge Builder XL. Bulge Builder XL.
Well, that would remind me of ejaculoid in its in name, in connotation of what that name might mean. Last week they were all real, and that got me into some trouble when I started guessing everything was fake. And like, every time I hear it, I always like want to believe it's fake because I'm like, why are these a thing?
Yep.
And I had that problem with ejaculated, but we know where that got me.
We
I was
do know where
almost
that got
tempted
you.
to do some research this week.
See, that'd be cheating.
But yeah, I
because
know
I think
I
you would
didn't
find
do it.
It
Yeah.
would ruin it for our listeners.
Right. Bulge Builder XL, I say is fake.
Bulge Builder XL is fake. You are correct, Tanner.
All right.
All right.
So I'm have equaled my performance from last week.
You have equaled your performance from last week. That's
Okay.
good. I think, did you get the first one right last week, though?
I think that was probably
And then
right.
3 in a row
Yeah,
wrong?
yeah.
Okay. So this now is the real moment of
Okay.
truth. Okay. Next up on the list, Golden Finish. Supplement number 2, Golden Finish.
Wouldn't that be where you piss on someone?
I don't know what type of stuff people are into. You can use your mind or whatever.
See, I again think it's fake. Is my that's not my answer. That's just me thinking through it here. I always want to think it's fake. But I don't know. I just feel like I don't know what that would really be. Like what if it's not fake? What that really is for? Because that's such
It's
an
not obvious.
Yeah, it's such an innuendo. But I am going to say that Golden Finish. I don't know what I'll specify. I don't know what it really is. But I'm just going to say that it's real.
You're going to say it's real?
Yeah.
Okay, Tanner. Supplement number 2, Golden Finish is real.
Ooh,
You are 2 for 2. Let me read you a little bit about this thing. Golden Finish is a post-workout protein supplement manufactured by controlled labs. It is designed to feed the muscles with protein, carbs, amino acids immediately following a workout to assist in muscle recovery and growth.
Huh.
So maybe, they're thinking more of like a gold medal finish.
Doesn't Golden Finish though remind you of like
It's a
don't
weird
people say
name.
like Golden Shower or something like that? Like
That's yeah. Again, I don't think that's the best name for a supplement, but that's what they went with here.
so it's protein powder though? Is that kind
Yeah,
of the big thing?
it's a
Like-
protein based supplement.
Okay.
Whatever the hell those are.
I would not choose that as a
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. Okay, wow, Tanner, 2 for 2. You are doubling the amount right you had last week, and we're only halfway into the segment.
I don't want to do too much all in week 2 though.
Oh no, I know.
Myself nowhere to go but down.
I know. Okay, are we ready for number 3?
Yes.
Number 3 in the supplement game, real or fake, is muscle napalm. Muscle napalm.
Oh, that sounds like it could be a lot. That really sounds real to me when I hear that. It's gonna, I'd almost be surprised if that isn't something that exists out there. And it's pretty general, so I could think it could almost be anything. But also, would you want to be napalming your muscle?
Well,
Or maybe it's more like, maybe you're not napalming your muscle. Maybe the muscle is doing the napalming.
that's right. There's a lot of ways you could take this.
Here again, I don't know what the product is, but it just sounds like something that would exist to me, so I'm going to say real.
Number 3 on the list, muscle napalm, is fake.
Oh.
You are wrong, Tanner. That is
one
one
wrong.
I came up with. And
So what-
just because I do feel like it is a good name, I
Yeah.
got to look just to make sure this doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. There is a napalm fruit punch blast. There's extreme napalm, punch napalm,
But
no muscle napalm.
What were you What kind of supplement were you picturing? When
on Amazon, there's a muscle warfare napalm.
Still not it has to be the precise word.
If I had to give you my origin for where I come up with the name, one time when I was in Colorado, there was this dispensary that sold stuff, and they had a strain of something called Alien Napalm, and I thought that was really, really funny, and that name has just stuck with me. So Muscle Napalm seemed like a natural fit. But there's multiple people using the word napalm in their branding.
Yeah.
So we're not far from it.
No.
So that one was almost a trick question.
So I'm 2 out of 3.
Okay, 2 out of 3, Tanner. Last one on the list in the second ever supplement game, real or fake.
I do have the possibility of finishing 75%.
You could,
right now.
which is a passing grade.
Yeah.
All right, number 4, ball refill. Ball refill.
Just one ball. Like it's BALL refill.
Just ball refill.
Ball refill.
Ball refill.
Maybe that would have to be a sexual performance enhancer too, right? Like filling your balls, but then it only fills one. It's only enough of a refill for one. I guess you take 2 pills, maybe. I think because it sounds so weird, I'm going to say that it's real.
On the second ever muscle supplement game, on the 4th answer of ball refill, you went with real, and the answer is ball refill is real.
Oh, nice.
And if I look at
Ball
what
refill?
this is, it
Like
is
I
on.
just felt like you couldn't make that up.
If you look on Amazon, actually sells it, so I'm sure I'll get emails in my inbox all the time reminding me to buy this now. Ball refill by Vigor Lab, semen volumizer and male enhancement supplement, boost drive and libido. And like all of these, the call out on the bottle is mega orgasm. So
There's a lot of
oh yeah, like I
these.
could read through some of these right now, but I should just save these for a different segment. Actually, here is Semenoid in the recommended. Our customers also viewed. So
that must be a big market.
God, it's got to be. And then on top of that, this product has 195 reviews.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there's such a demand.
Oh yeah, there's video testimonials on here. First review. This does exactly what it says it does, and I'm buying 2 more bottles. So yeah, that's ball refill for you.
Damn.
Tanner, you went 3 for 4 this week.
Dang, that's good.
You are improving. I'm gonna have to bring my A game next week. I do have to also add in that we did have a special guest contributor this week. Big James Strickland, Swim Hack, offered in Golden Finish.
Oh,
that was it. That was input
a-
from him. So
That was a good one too.
that was a good one.
So are you accepting?
I will actually, yes. Okay, so if someone
send
thinks
them to me,
yeah, you cannot send them to @Massenomics. You need to send them to me @Tomahawk_D. Only send them there because that's the only mode of communication that Tanner cannot see. Don't send them the email address or anything. Send them to @Tomahawk_D.
Yeah.
If you come across something real, I don't think I have any issues coming across real ones. There's a lot of weird stuff out there. But if you think you have any good names for a fake one, send it to me. I might throw it in the list. I might not. We'll see.
Depends on how good it really is.
It does depend on how good it is because I also have a list of some pretty good fake ones that I've worked up here. So
you've got enough that this segment's going to be able to continue.
oh yeah, this segment can go on for a
because
while.
people have said they want it to continue.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, the people now expect it 2 weeks in a row. You can't just take something from them.
Right.
So yeah, if you guys do have anything that you think you could stump Tanner with, real or fake, send it to me and I will gladly add it to the list here.
Yes. I didn't write it down, but we talked about it earlier. There was one comment of the Instagram/YouTube comment of the week. This was on our Massenomics Versus this week. Oh, wait. This week featured, the most recent one featured, what was the most recent one now? Kind of throwing myself for a loop.
The verses was
Well, that was on a repost. That was on a reshare of one of Donnie Thompson, Mr. 3000 versus Andre 3000.
Yes.
But earlier this week, thinking of this now too, was
but this is noteworthy.
Yeah, Gold's Gym Venice versus Slim Jim Meat.
And we already confessed our love for the Slim Jim Instagram account last week.
Yes.
And so we're like, we got to pay tribute to them somehow for what they're doing.
Right.
So, yeah, we make Gold's Gym Venice versus Slim Jim the Meat. And naturally, because whoever runs the Slim Jim account just is on that thing 24 hours a day, I guess. And it didn't take them any time to start, like, chirping in and having comments and a lot of back and forth, and it was awesome.
Yes, they're it's a funny people over there at the Slim Jim account too.
Yeah.
And I am happy to announce that Massenomics does have some Slim Jim care packages on the way.
So I'm really excited to do the unboxing.
Yeah, when we get that, that's definitely going to be
Sack segment.
Yes, that is definitely going to be a Tanner Sack segment. But the comment of the week was on a.
Actually, one more thing on that though.
Yeah.
I really liked how in the comments it was brought up Slender James and Pamplemousse.
Yeah.
That was
Yes, because if you're,
I think you said someone said something about LaCroix and Slim Jim and grapefruit, and was it Slim Jim that said Slender James and Pamplemousse?
I think it was.
Yeah.
That said Slender James and Pamplemousse or Slim Jim and grapefruit. Yeah.
I really like that.
Yes, that is really funny.
Yep, that was good.
All this talk about Slim Jims has made me pretty hungry.
I'm getting really hungry.
Yeah. The comment of the week, though, was on the Donnie Thompson one, and the comment was, "These are so dumb." Much similar to a previous comment on comment of the week that we've had that was just dumb.
Yep.
This person elaborated a little bit and
Tried
said,
to make
"These
a
are
complete
so
sentence
dumb."
out of it.
Yeah.
And the best part of that was, next then you said something along the lines of like, thanks for noticing.
Yeah, that's what I said. Thanks for noticing. Yeah.
Because, I mean, up until this point, we thought they were a very serious piece of academic work.
Right.
But then Garrett Fear started to really police it in the comments, which is always good to see.
Yeah, it's we like to see the other people getting on so we don't have to make ourselves look silly. We can because I don't feel like we should have to defend these to people that don't get it. It's like if you don't get it, it's probably not funny to you, but
depending on the week, there's hundreds if not thousands of people that like this. So when you say these are dumb, it's obviously not meant for you, man.
And I clicked on the guy, and of course, he doesn't follow us, and which that's
to be understood.
Right. There was a big lift here that I wanted to get to, and I'm trying to find the name of the guy on my phone. The Instagram handle I'm going to look here is WLKN Tall. So let me look that up real quick. WLKN.
They're not making it easier for people to find them
No.
with that handle.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's Walkin' Tall 88.
That makes a little more sense then.
His name is Cam Hadaway. Bio says amateur middleweight strongman. So he put out this post that someone tagged me in. A lot of people have been tagging us in. There was going to be a strongman competition coming up that had a Max Jefferson deadlift in the competition.
Yeah.
So someone tagged me in this guy's post. He said it's him and another guy that you can tell just got done competing in a strongman competition. So this is Cam and his friend here. Handle is Sacktown11, and his name is Ryan Saxton. So what he says is, we both tied the national Jefferson deadlift record at 6:05, and then got to take a fourth attempt at 6:45. I failed, but Sacktown11, which is Ryan Saxton, but Ryan Saxton set the new record. Congrats,
6:45?
buddy. Yep.
Damn, that's a good Jefferson.
And then Walkin' Tall 88 also said, congrats, buddy. I'll beat you one day. First deadlift of any kind for me over 600.
Wow, was the Jefferson, huh? Yeah. That's awesome.
So I don't know how official this is, but he quotes it as national Jefferson deadlift record. I don't know if that's for middleweight strongmen or what the.
Are we aware of a Jefferson that exists that's bigger than that right now?
Well, that's. Someone send us in. Someone have sent me a guy on YouTube that's big in Jeffersons, and I think maybe he's pulled like 800 pounds or something like that. But I guess people out there listening, you can send me the links to videos of let's find the biggest Jefferson deadlift on video.
I'd love to know like what it is, because.
But 645 is a lot. Like that's not a joke.
Okay, do you feel like Jefferson deadlifts? Do you feel like they belong in the strongman competition?
I think that's pretty interesting.
I think it is, because it's like strongman's just kind of like being strong
Yeah.
and like take awkward things.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that idea a little bit.
I think that's kind of interesting. Boy, it would be really awkward to try and start training for that. But I feel like once you've done it for a while, it would
Yeah.
come a little bit.
Like, I don't think you're any more likely to get hurt doing a Jefferson than you are over just a regular deadlift.
No, I don't think it's more unsafe or anything like that. There's some imbalances that say one foot is forward and the other one's behind you, but also like the bar is directly underneath of you that way, so that could be advantageous in some ways.
You shouldn't be like blowing out a bicep doing it just with the way you're standing. You wouldn't think.
No. Congrats to those guys, though.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Been getting tagged in a lot of Jefferson deadlift videos lately.
We like that. And you did do a kind of a questionnaire this last week on Instagram.
Yeah.
A lot of questions came up about a Jefferson deadlift shirt. It is in the works.
Yes.
So yeah, just hang in there with us, guys. We are in early production stages of it. But yeah, there will be
It
one.
will happen.
Yeah.
100% certainty. It's just a matter of time. We want it to be good.
Yeah. So that could be more of a getting closer to a summer release. But
Yeah.
yeah, so you can start saving right now.
Yes.
Taking out loans, whatever you got to do to get pre-approved for these things.
Right. The big reason that part of that started coming up is because we had released our deadlifter shirt, and a lot of people are like, "Hey, why isn't this specific to Jefferson? Like, just deadlifter? Like, shouldn't there be Jefferson in front of it?" Several people said it should say Jefferson on top of it.
The other thing I like is I've seen several comments about J.G. Wentworth and people wanting that things now. And I think we talked about like, do they even exist anymore? And since then, I don't know if I've just gotten so used to who they are. I've noticed their commercials all the time.
Yeah.
So I must have just become blind to it because
something you tone out after like 15 years.
J.G. Wentworth is very much out there still.
Yeah. Some people have been talking about potentially wanting to trade in their structured annuities in exchange for a pair of lift shorts.
Are we in a position to do that?
I don't. The question would be
depends
is if
on
your
what's the
structured annuity is
value.
really worth. Because we're talking a pair of lift shorts here.
Yeah.
We're not gonna give up a pair of those for any old structured annuity.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. There's certain things. It's got to be a fair trade for us. you know?
Right.
But we are open to ideas. So if you guys do have something that you think could be of value to us, we could bargain maybe.
Yeah. Speaking of lift shorts too, we do have something coming out soon that's almost like our answer to the lift shorts, or
Lift shorts 2.0.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the question to the lift shorts.
That could be.
Alan
this
Iverson
is like
had
Jeopardy.
the questions and the answer.
Yeah.
Those are his shoes. So we have the question.
We
and the
phrased our shorts in the form of a question.
Yeah. And yeah, you guys are gonna like this one.
Yeah, something a little bit different, but not entirely different.
So there is a 2.0 out there.
Yeah, that should probably be pretty soon too. I think within a couple weeks we'll be.
I think so.
We'll have those for sale.
So yeah, if you thought we were going hard on your wallets before, just you wait.
The wallet wrecker 2.0. The deadlifter shirts and the black on black lift shirts have both gone over really, really well. Unfortunately, we're starting to run out of sizes of those. We have ordered more of both. So if we are at your size now, hopefully we get that back soon. Stay on the lookout.
I hope so.
We quite honestly, those two shirts have sold faster than probably anything new we've ever put out before.
Yeah, it's been our best new release ever.
Yeah, so
Which
that's
is cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah, means maybe we're doing something that people like out there.
Yeah, there was a weekend there where I had to pack a lot of orders. The lady at the post office was like, "When do you sleep?"
You again?
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you? Yeah, I saw a few pictures of stuff just piling up. I mean, on top of just seeing the orders coming in, thinking, Tanner has got his hands full.
There was a lot to go. I mean, we have never had that many orders over a weekend period of time like that. So that was
really cool.
It was really cool. What segment? I mean, of course, we have over under here.
Do we have a stat of the week? Did you say?
Yes, there we go. That's what we needed. The old stat of the week. Let me find it though. Found it. And this is provided by the Open Powerlifting team. Pretty interesting stat here. What we're going to look at is, this is almost correlated to some memes. We put Open Powerlifting did their meme day on April 1st, where some other meme accounts, including ourselves, got to put out
their April Fool's joke is that they were turning into a meme account.
Right.
And I think some people bid on it for a minute.
Yeah. And we put out we contributed 2, I think, to them. One was a chart Open powerlifting, well known for their charting, and ours was a charting
Conventional to sumo
to
Jefferson.
and an amount of cheating of each one.
Yep.
With
Both categories that are not Jefferson being scum of the earth levels of cheating.
and Jefferson being the one true deadlift. Which that one went over pretty well. But what was the other one that?
The other one was when you are. What was it like when you're the champion and you've sorted by?
Yeah, it was the fat kid, the
Or it's
little
like
kid
when
with
you-
the trophy.
When you're like the 308-pound junior. I should just find the meme.
308-pound single ply junior, sorted by Glossen Brenner points.
Yeah. Just narrowing things down as absolute much as possible. Here it is. It's so it's this really heavy kid with a mullet and a trophy, and it says when you finally rank in the top 10 in open powerlifting, and only had to sort by raw with wraps, 308 weight class, SPF Federation, deadlift only, year 2018, and Glossen Brenner points. And you know what the funny part is? There's definitely people that do that.
Yeah, oh yeah. And so that, just to toot our own horn for a minute, immortal barbell, powerlifting memes, frustrated strength, athlete, and several others submitted memes for this. I do think that one submitted by Massenomics achieved the highest number of likes for the day.
So, it's safe to say we are just superior at doing these things.
I'm not sure if it was a formal contest, but to us, it was a contest.
To us, it was a very important contest. I also really did like the one that someone had.
That
of like the
was-
Nickelback music video where it's just like, look at this photograph. And it's just, look at this graph.
Can you play that? And
Yeah, here, I'll try it. Let me see if I get the sound turned
I
up
just
here.
need to watch it for my own benefit.
Here,
Like
I hope you guys can hear this. And it's that, what's his name, Chad Kroger or whatever, holding normally he's holding a photograph. Well,
Yeah.
in this he's holding out the photograph, and someone actually put a graph on the photo.
An open powerlifting.
That one was really, really good.
That one is hilarious. Like and especially the way it draws out graph, like graph.
Yeah.
Oh, that. I mean, I really like ours, but I might like that one the
Well,
best.
that one
even.
has the element of surprise. That we didn't know what the punchline was going to be.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, especially because it could have been fine just on that, but then when they also added in the nobody saying anything, open powerlifting IG.
Look at this graph.
Yeah. Yep. That was really good.
That is hilarious.
So some good things did come out of that day,
Yes.
and that was one of them. So
But-
I was happy to see that.
So this stat is almost in reference to that meme that we have there of the little lad who had to do all the filtering to find himself in the top 10. So we're going to find out how many potential first place spots there are on open powerlifting sites.
God.
The number of almost like the number of ways that you could filter it to find
to
a
be
first,
number one.
Yes. Do you want to guess
It's
the
gotta
number?
it's got to be thousands between age groups, because there's not just juniors open master. There's 10 divisions of each one of those, sorting by all the different points, whether it's Wilks or total or all those things, all the different raw with wraps, single ply, multiply, bench only, all that stuff, and then all of the federations on top of that. It has to be thousands, right?
Get ready to have your mind blown. Okay. With 5 equipment options,
Yep.
69 weight class options, 2 sexes, 221 federations, which that's crazy,
Yeah.
21 age divisions, 56 years of data so far,
Yep.
6 events. So I suppose that's bench only, full power,
squat,
deadlift only,
squat,
push
bench,
pull.
Yeah.
And 8 sorts. So I suppose
Between,
that's
like,
by points
Wilks,
or weight.
total,
Or,
yeah.
We can conclude. So all those things I said, they can open powerlifting can conclude that currently on their site there are. Let me see how I read this number. 8,607,755,520 individual records or first place spots on the site. Caveat is not all federations recognize all weight classes, equipment divisions, age division, etc. So the actual number is lower. But currently on our site, how they allow people to use any of those for filtering for any federation, that they'll allow you to do it. They're not limited on the federation's rules.
You could make someone first place by any one of those things that they're saying there.
Regardless of how the exact federation chooses to
Well,
subdivide.
and people still say I'm first in the world. You don't know what they're sorted by.
Right. So 8.6 billion. Does that even make sense?
No, because I'm not first in any of those as far as I know.
I don't know. There probably is.
You know what? Actually, I probably haven't narrowed it down enough.
Right.
You know what? It has to be if I narrow it down enough. I have to be first in one of them.
I'm sure that there is.
Yeah.
Because you can go. There's so many ways to sort it down. Crazy.
Oh, that is that just goes to show anybody that wants to say they're number one. It's that doesn't really mean anything to anything.
Yeah, there's not near enough people in the database. There's not 8.6 billion people in that database. There's so some people are probably first in
it's
15,000
hard to wrap your head around
ways.
Because it just makes the whole sport seem so dumb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And it is true what he says that not every federation divides it all that way, so it's not necessarily true when it comes to each individual competition and stuff.
But that is, you could, judging by, sorting by, using the sort criteria on the website, that is the number of possible combinations you can come up with.
Right.
Which is nuts.
Yes, that is nuts.
That we're that wildly varied on how we recognize who is the strongest.
Yeah, it is honestly crazy. That's a good stat of the week. Thank you from the team over at Open Powerlifting for putting that one together. What do the guys at Open Powerlifting usually ask people to do if they
just
double
to do
check
work for them? No, if you want to help them out to help come up with crazy numbers like that, you can hop on Instagram, send them a DM. They reply to those in a hurry. Otherwise, they have a group chat you can get in, and if you have any programming knowledge or want to enter meets or just have anything you think you can contribute to an online company that does things like this, say hello, and they can put you to work, I'm sure, because they have lots of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Also, they have T-shirts and a Patreon account, so
a lot of different ways.
Worth checking out.
What? How much time are we at?
We are at 51 minutes.
Okay, well, there's good time to mention this because we have some exciting Massenomics news too. It might, by the time this comes out, it's not going to be able to enter this these contests yet, but we do have some cool contests coming up where you're going to have your opportunity to win a Massenomics branded Pioneer belt. Mm-hmm. Which we just as well start spreading the news now on that, so you can get ready to be entering that.
I mean, Massenomics, Pioneer, what more could you want?
It's like a Clash of the Titans combination there.
It is, and it could be yours for free.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for more details on that one.
Yes. Hopefully that won't be too long, and you'll be able to get entered into that. Mm-hmm. And that's part of our celebration of being somewhat in our we would call it our 3-year anniversary, a 3-year birthday of having a website where we sell things.
Yeah, Massenomics kind of being out there in the world for people.
Yeah.
Been around longer, but as far as being accessible to people, it's been about 3 years.
Yep. So that'll be pretty cool. Yeah. It's going to be an Instagram contest where you have to like us and like Pioneer and then tag friends in order to enter.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Yes.
I mean, I'm assuming I don't have a shot of winning it, but I'm still excited for it.
Hey, wasn't going to rule ourselves out.
Oh, and sorry guys, we won.
Us.
It was totally random. We promise. What are the chances?
Maybe we should probably do the drawing for the winner on the podcast.
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, and we can announce it on air. There's a good chance the person that wins won't be listening, but
yeah.
So you do have to listen to the podcast in order to.
Yeah.
We'll keep announcing every week until it's a listener that can claim their prize. And then we're going to help out with the tribute meet, and we're going to eventually in the future here we're going to have a raffle opportunity that we'll also partner with Pioneer for. So that'll be another chance to win more cool stuff from us.
Yeah.
I'm just giving the farm away.
Lots of opportunities. You just sit on that lift short money long enough, and you can start giving it back to the people.
See, that's what we do. We need to we are better managers of your money than you are.
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
what
Absolutely.
We
yeah.
need your
Like,
money.
You can't trust yourself with it.
No.
You got to give it to us, and then we take it on us to dole it out how we seem fit,
Right.
and then it serves you in the long run.
Consider
I think
us-
that's called trickle down economics.
Well, yeah.
Tanner.
Consider us like your trusted financial advisor.
You need someone more superior and responsible to take your money for you, and then they will decide if they think you should
Right.
have it. And that's what we do.
It's like a service for you.
Yeah. I mean, really, we should be charging you more. For
Right.
this.
It's a deal,
But
actually.
it is just built into the shores. It's kind of a
Yeah.
complimentary thing. But yeah,
Right.
I mean, that's what we do.
Right. So what about we kind of hinted at it earlier, underrated and overrated?
Let's freaking do it, man.
All right, we'll do it. The most important part about underrated, overrated is, of course,
Yep, and I still see comments are
rules.
still out
Yes.
there about the rules.
everyone.
They
People
are
say I'm
appreciated.
shaky on the rules.
Yep.
Lucky for you, these last few weeks I have them even written down. So there's no off the cuff rules here. They are rules etched in stone into my iPhone.
Yep.
I literally etched them
Into the screen,
the
yeah.
screen so that they're
It makes
always
it kind
there.
of inconvenient using Instagram from now on.
Well, when
but-
I'm using my phone for other stuff, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but it's really nice when I want to read off the rules of underrated, overrated on the podcast.
Yeah.
So what are the rules, you ask? Even if you don't ask, here they are. Underrated, overrated consists of lightning round questions asked by myself to Tommy. The questions come from a variety of topics included, but not limited to, pop culture, current events, food, and technology. There are also lifting-related topics sprinkled in. It's important to remember that the questions are, in fact, lightning round, but the answers are not necessarily. Tommy has his druthers when it comes to the length of his answers. What are druthers, you ask? We don't know. However, there does have to be a final answer. The initial issue of overrated or underrated must be clearly resolved in the end.
Hey, that makes sense.
Yes.
Especially the druthers part. Like always.
That might be my favorite part about the rules of underrated or overrated.
Yep.
We're going to figure out what those druthers are one of these weeks, though, too. All right. Topic 1, underrated or overrated? Dollar stores.
Dollar stores. I, in my mind, think they're way overrated. And I don't even know how this came up, but I saw the other day online it was saying, because the big ones were like, is it Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar?
Yeah, Dollar General and Family Dollar are the two big ones that I guess
Yep.
Dollar Tree, I've heard of that probably, too.
Those are kind of like the three big ones. And I believe it was saying like one of them only sells items for $1.
Family Dollar is very much sells $1.
Okay.
They went that route.
Okay, yeah. So one of them
like-
only sells items for $1. The other one sells many items for $1, but some all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is just kind of almost more of like just a general store kind of where you just get stuff.
Dollar General
Maybe that's what it
is
then.
what Dollar General
Is
took
like-
the approach. It's like Walmart, only in smaller communities and like
Yeah.
in places that Walmart can't be. Most of their shit really doesn't actually cost $1. And what did you, was that an article or something? That you read
Yeah,
that?
I saw it online.
Yeah.
So it was saying how like I think Dollar General is the only one that's like actually growing.
Yes,
Dollar
yes,
General's
that's-
doing well.
yeah.
The other ones are not doing
The one,
that well.
like Family Dollar went the route of charging $1 for the things. And because they do that, they have a lot of really weirdly sized packaged items. Like,
yeah, 'cause-
like they'll have like Honey Nut Cheerios, but it's like a thing that you buy that's like
It's in a dollar's worth
right,
container.
right.
Yeah. Which is not a practical.
Turns out people don't actually really want that stuff.
Yeah.
But what Dollar General did is they're just more like they'll have affordable items.
And they're bringing it, and yeah, that is probably the other big thing is they're going to markets where, for the most
Walmart
part,
can't
stores
get
like
to,
for the
can't-
most part, stores like this don't exist.
Right.
You know.
So Dollar General is actually doing well, but
Yep.
which would bring up the question to me though, is it really a dollar store?
Well, in their defense, though, do they claim to be a dollar store?
I'm not sure.
Just
but
because the
like
name
an article
dollar is
like
in the
this, they do get lumped in there.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, especially
Yeah.
with dollar in the name and kind
Yeah.
of being in the same general market as other places. The concept of a dollar store, I feel like, is very overrated. Like, I don't
Have
know.
you ever been to one?
I've been to the town I grew up in had a Family Dollar.
Okay.
And I went in it a couple times, and I mean, nothing that I ever felt like I really needed to ever go back for.
Like some like paper party hats
it was
or
something dumb like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Dollar stores are overrated. No.
I would agree.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, it's like if you need just one, it's probably cheaper on Amazon, really, anyways.
How many do we have in our town here? Do we have a couple? Or
Oh, yeah, we have 3 or 4,
okay,
I think, don't we?
Have you ever been to any of
No,
them?
none of them. No. It's just like, I don't, it doesn't make sense.
I don't really get it. And also, are they actually? So if you're going by dollars per serving or dollars per
Yeah,
amount
is
of
it
whatever
any
you're getting, is it
cheaper,
cheaper than
actually?
going to Walmart?
Yeah, or you just getting tricked that you're buying,
Right.
oh, I got this for $1. Well, yeah, but you paid
It's like to buy like the worst toilet paper, a roll of the worst toilet paper
Yeah.
ever made. Or,
Well,
you
and
know.
usually, like, the bigger the box, the cheaper per unit
Right,
price
right,
something
right.
is. So I can't imagine that you're really saving that much
Yeah.
money going to one. So, yeah, I'm going to say they're overrated.
I would agree. Underrated or overrated? Gronk retiring?
I think that's underrated. I guess you could say it's overrated in the way that, like, he probably should have done it a while ago.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, he's turned into, like, half machine.
cyborg, yeah.
God. But yeah, look out for your health, man. Get out of there and be done with it.
I think they say he's never spent
I was
a
gonna
dollar
say,
of his
this
his.
That is
game
like
checks.
the rumor, and I've
Yeah.
never actually taken enough time to look into it. But
I
they
suppose
say
there's
that
some truth to it at least.
they
you
say
know.
that Gronk has never actually spent his like NFL salary.
Yeah.
He lives completely off of his like endorsement
Yeah,
deals.
that's pretty cool and pretty smart,
Which
especially
is-
considering he gets a rap as like
The
big
crazy
dumb
party
meathead
guy,
white
yeah,
guy
that's-
party.
yeah.
Is like
I mean, if that's the way you're doing it, that's awesome because
yeah.
that's a big problem. A lot of people blow that money
Yeah.
and they are done for. So
he has a future probably like doing a bunch of different stuff. though,
like a talk show personality
probably
guy of just being dumb. like-
wrestle in the WWF.
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
So,
he could probably do a ton of things. So I don't know. He's probably smart enough getting out when he still has maybe some longevity and other things, and not being totally scrambled and
Yeah.
completely broken. I mean, I think he's pretty broken, but yeah. So Gronk being done, underrated.
Okay.
Sure.
Underrated or overrated? Internet Explorer.
Oh, way overrated. So I was my very first job out of college. I worked at a company and we'd build websites. And that was like the bane of your existence around 2010-ish, was that at the time, Internet Explorer was the most used browser in the world. But it didn't work for like anything because the foundation that the internet is built on is like some simple code like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. And there's a group that comes together and agrees on standards. There's standards for these things. There's not just people just making random shit up all the time. There are standards. And then Internet Explorer would go, Microsoft would go, oh, those standards? Yeah, we're not going to really follow them. So then that totally screws up the whole industry for everybody.
So that's why you open like certain browsers and it's like, oh, that doesn't work on this browser.
Well,
or
and
something.
that's like becoming less and less of a thing because
Yeah.
people are just adhering to the standards so much better. But yeah, go back far enough ago, especially when like software wasn't being updated like once a week. I mean, if you use Chrome or anything like that, Firefox, you'll probably notice that it like literally it's like updating every week.
Yeah. What's more popular, Firefox or Chrome?
So now Chrome has become, and so I think with this, like Google's thing of trying to be in front of you all the time and collect as much data as they can on you to just send you ads everywhere you're at in life.
Yeah.
Chrome was kind of part of this strategy. And so when Chrome came around in like 2011, or no, I think it's like 2009 or 10 actually. They started small, but I believe now Chrome is the number one browser in the world at like 60% or something, 70%. I think I have to check. I haven't looked at this for a little while. I think Firefox might be number 2 because Internet Explorer, because see, I don't use a PC, so this is where I get kind of out of the loop, is there's Edge now. Microsoft Edge is a browser, and there's Internet Explorer. And I think Internet Explorer is like at end of life and like Edge is replacing that, but I don't know for sure because I don't use a PC.
Maybe they were like, yeah, Internet Explorer has a really bad
And
rap.
it
Let's
does have a terrible
rebrand
name on it
this.
too,
And,
and that was, So Internet Explorer, very, very overrated.
and it's not even rated that high to begin
No,
with.
it's not.
It's still
I mean,
overrated.
It's bad.
Yeah.
You should probably be like Chrome is good, but also I totally get like if people have issues with Google because Google does have, you could say some privacy issues. Like how much do you want one company tracking everything you do? Whereas Firefox, they are, it's an open source project, and I don't think they make a thing of it like they aren't in the business of tracking every single move that you always do. So
Yep.
one of those, I guess if you're on a Mac, or an iPhone, Safari's an option too. But yeah, Chrome or Firefox, do that.
Makes sense. We're through 3 topics. We actually have 5 this week.
Ooh,
Sometimes
wow.
we do 4.
Okay,
but we do have 5 this week. So underrated or overrated? Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. I like that the joke with Tom Hanks. It's like, It'll be
one
like
other thing about Internet Explorer. Have you been seeing the memes of Internet Explorer where it says, shit, I'll have to. We'll pull one up later. But there's
Okay.
some funny Internet Explorer memes. That's where it came from because it shows search results of things. It's like pulling up things that are really outdated. Like it's like Internet Explorer is really behind the times. I wish I could find a good example of where I've seen some of them now. But I've been seeing that trending more often, that there's more Internet Explorer.
I have not ran across any of those yet. Okay, but Tom Hanks,
Yeah,
you said?
yes.
I like the joke that, like, with Tom Hanks, they'll be like, I don't know if this was one of them, but, like, for example, like when Robert Kraft is getting in trouble, it'll be like, oh, rich old male celebrity or rich old white guy in trouble for molesting women. Meanwhile, Tom Hanks was caught saying thank you to someone. Like, and that's the joke, is that he's just like the nice guy always.
Yeah.
To be honest, I haven't seen a lot of Tom Hanks movies. To me, Forrest Gump is probably like at the top of the list. Great movie. I've never seen Castaway.
Ooh, I love Castaway.
I've never seen Castaway. What was the other one? I always get these two
Saving
mixed around.
Private Ryan.
Oh yeah, Saving Private Ryan. Yeah, that is a classic. Absolutely. Like the first 20 minutes of that movie are just insane.
Yeah.
I get these two mixed around all the time, and I shouldn't. The Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile.
He's in The Green Mile.
Green Mile. I
He's not
don't know
Shawshank
why I get
Redemption,
those
yeah.
mixed around, but I do.
They're kind of both. They're in jail in a Green Mile,
Yeah,
aren't they?
I've never seen The Green Mile either.
I've never. I've just seen parts of it.
Is it Apollo 13? Is he?
Yeah,
that one?
yeah,
I
yeah.
saw that one so long ago that I can't even remember what
I
it was.
rewatched that recently, and it's good. That's a good movie. Really good movie still.
But he just seems like a nice guy in general, so I'll say he's underrated.
I like.
I don't
Tom
think
Hanks.
he's molested or hurt anyone yet.
Well, I'm curious, why hasn't he been in like it seemed like he was kind of a blockbuster guy for several years there, and I can't. All those movies you just named are like from 90s to
Yeah, they
early
are. Those are all
2000s.
90s.
Yeah.
I mean, he has to be in more recent things. I'm just like not thinking of him. Let's get a closer look here. IMDb.
Maybe he's probably like doing some directing or something like that.
I would think he's maybe taken more of an outside approach or a behind the scenes approach lately.
or making some movies that aren't like the general public doesn't even like.
Yeah.
Like Steve Carell is in like not funny movies now.
Yeah. Oh, like I guess you could say his voice is in Toy Story.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm looking through I don't recognize hardly any of these movies.
Here's what the Internet Explorer memes look like. Like this is a good example of one I found that was from.
Oh, okay. So they're just taking incorrect statements, and just putting on,
especially old,
Okay.
like old.
So yeah, this one, it's designed to look like a tweet from Internet Explorer, and it says the tweet says, "Raw lifting is just a fad. Equip powerlifting will live forever." coming from Internet Explorer, which yeah, for Internet Explorer, sure.
Yeah,
I've not seen that format. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that. That's funny. Okay, so last one here. Underrated or overrated? Structured annuities.
Ooh, structured annuities are really underrated. I mean, how else do you get your money and get it now?
That's true.
So yeah, you have to have.
Well, with a structured annuity, you don't get your money now.
Well, yeah,
though,
I guess I should say that's the first step to having J.G. Wentworth come and save you to give you your money now.
Yeah.
A structured annuity is just giving you money in responsible amounts that you handle on
Right.
probably a monthly basis.
But if you think of it this way, it's your money, and you should want it now.
And so, because it's your money, you will gladly settle for taking half of it while they take the other half.
Right.
So yeah, structured annuities, they're very underrated.
Yeah.
Everyone should have one of those.
And we are now accepting structured annuities.
Yeah. Well, assuming it works with what we
right.
need. But yeah, we will accept that as a form.
You may only get a koozie in return, but
Yeah.
still a koozie. It's better than some old structured annuity,
It
just
is.
sitting there giving you a little bit of money every month. Like,
Can you put a icy cold beverage in your structured annuity and carry it around? Didn't think so.
hell no.
But this you can.
Yeah. So you said underrated on the structured annuities?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very.
That wraps us up for underrated and overrated for the week. Last and final segment of 158, I believe this was.
It is.
That wraps us up for the week, I think, here too. But we would like you to head over to Massenomics.com and check out our store. If you are after the deadlifter or black on black lift shirt, order it right now. That's your warning. Otherwise, it's probably going to be a couple weeks until we have them back in stock. So this would be our opportunity to snag those. We do have your other favorite Massenomics apparel items in there as well, including the new koozie, the deadlifter koozie,
An instant classic.
Yep, all of our sticker packs. Lift shirt, bench shirt, huge life shirt, fully in stock. But like the only thing we're out of stock on is maybe a 4XL of the bench heavy.
So
there's one guy out there that keeps harassing
noticed.
me about not having that 4XL in stock, but someday we will. Mm-hmm. So you better buy it when we've got it.
And also, if you're worried about shipping times, we've been getting some really stellar shipping reviews lately.
Yeah. Like, I ordered this yesterday. How is it at my house?
Yeah.
What do you guys know about me?
Amazon Prime was really based off of our business model.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, we can't do it as fast as you guys, so we'll just do it in 2 days. But yeah, that's where it came from.
Yeah. Are we using drones?
We can't tell.
We might be.
A magician does not tell his secrets.
Oh, we have. I've been seeing quite a few international orders too. So it is important to notice we do ship to Canada and we do ship internationally. So if you're out there listening,
internationally and Canada.
we don't, they're not quite international for us. That's about it. Subscribe to our newsletter on the website and shoot us an email at getbig@Massenomics. Instagram handles, though. What do we got, Tommy?
You can find me at Tomahawk_D. And if you have any great suggestions for a supplement name that you think could stump Tanner, feel free to message me.
But that's got to be to you.
Just to me, not to Tanner, not to Massenomics.
That will ruin the game. Your ideas will be ruined as soon as I open them up and look at it.
So if you have any ideas that you think you want to see or that you think could really stump Tanner, feel free to send those to me.
Yes. All right, and you can check out the official Massenomics Instagram at Massenomics, and stay tuned for episode 159.
See you
later.
You just heard the Massenomics podcast. With your ears, you're welcome. Check us out on Facebook, find us on Instagram at Massenomics, and make sure you visit Massenomics.com and buy some of that sweet Massenomics gear. From your friends at Massenomics Studio, home of the world's strongest podcast, stay strong.